Treviso, one of the finest cities in Antiva, now living under occupation. Let's hope our crow contact can meet us.
Welcome to Antiva. You must be Rook.
And you're Andaratea Cantori, of the Crows?
Thea, please. Come. My associate Viago is gathering the others. We can talk business when we arrive. Welcome to the Cantori Diamond.
You're the client.
This is Rook. Did you want a drink? I promise not to let Viago near it.
Viago de Riva, 5th Talon. And this is Caterina della Morte, 1st Talon of the Crows.
An honor. And you are?
Ilario della Morte, her grandson. What brings you here?
Right. My target is a pair of elven gods, or that's what they call themselves. They're ancient blighted mages. My detective says you have a man who brought blood mages and venatori to their knees.
Lucanis. My grandson. They called him the Demon of Virantium. He was the one who did those jobs.
Exactly who we're after.
Except Lucanis della Morte is dead. He was killed a year ago.
Sending a demon to take down a god. Sounds like a plan.
It's a nonsense plan, but that's not important. Lucanis della Morte is dead.
Sounds like there's more to it.
Lucanis della Morte is dead. He was killed a year ago now.
What I say doesn't leave this room. The body our people brought back was not my grandson. It was dressed in his clothing, but it had been altered with blood magic to have his face.
My cousin is still alive? And you didn't think to tell me?
His ship was attacked. We knew someone sold him out. So you kept your suspicions to yourself.
But you brought it up now. Why?
I've had eyes on the Venatori ever since they took my grandson from me. They were hunting your dread wolf. And what you did to his ritual threw them into disarray. They made mistakes, and now I have a location. The Ossuary, where the demon of Virantium is kept. Find this Ossuary. Free Lucanis. You'll have your god killer. And I'll have my grandson.
Come. Caterina arranged a boat. One of our mages will meet us there.
A boat?
Did you think the Venatori would keep a normal prison? Or that one could hold the demon of Virantium? The ossuary lies beneath the sea. A fact I learned mere minutes ago.
Under the... Oh, this is gonna be just great.
You're not happy Caterina kept this from you.
Would you be? Lucanis is family. Maybe she thought I'd act too rash if it meant saving him. And now, who can say if he's even still alive? There, you take the boat.
Are you coming with us?
It's possible we've been watched. If all of us vanish from the dock, you play the alluring hero. I know Treviso. If we have a tale, I have a better chance of distracting their interest.
So how do we get in?
You'll see.
Look. So, this is the ossuary. This doesn't look like any prison I've seen. We don't have to fight. We're just here for Lucanis de la Morte. Get ready.
Rising hail, dragon of mystery! Lucanis, dragon of night! Hear your fateful call!
I'm guessing you're the reason we're here.
Who are you? Who sent you?
My name's Rook. Katerina sent me.
Katerina. But you're not a crow.
I'm breaking you out of here. But what are you? You weren't expecting a rescue. I wasn't expecting whatever that was. I'm your way out.
Rook, he's possessed by a demon.
It's complicated.
Katerina promised us a mage killer if we broke you out of here.
I can still work.
Good. Because I'm pretty sure more Venatori are on their way. We have to get moving.
They have a vial of my blood. They can use it to control me. I cannot leave it in their hands. And I had a contract when I was captured. One of my targets is here. Caliban. Crows don't break contracts.
All right, we'll help. But in return, I want help killing some things. Yes, the famous Crow contract. So you want a prison break, a blood heist, and assassination help just to get you out of here. Fine, but we make it quick.
I'll owe you.
I'm sure we'll owe each other before this is all over. Let's go. So, first order of business?
Blood first, then my target, Caliban, the prison warden.
Where do we find them?
In the tower, there's a bridge.
Not anymore. We'll have to find another way across. What was going on here?
They weaken the veil with blood magic and summon whatever they can from the other side. Any spirit can become a demon. Zara didn't give them a choice.
Zara?
Zara Renata. There might be a higher-ranking Venatori somewhere, but I don't know of one. This place is all her.
Corpses possessed by demons. Watch out.
Zara Renata's work. This place exists for her to make new, worse kinds of demons.
Rook, you sure about this? Abominations.
We made a deal with the Crows to bring him back. And don't forget that it's gods we're up against.
Right. Well, abominations never end well. Just remember, I warned you. So the vial of blood the Venatori took from you...
It's for blood magic, to control me, and the demon. Until it's gone, I cannot touch Caliban.
Great. Now what?
What are you? Fine. He says he can get us across.
Who is he?
The demon. He says there's something here. Something he can grab hold of in the Fade. It's close. I'll help.
The demon pulled all of that from the Fade.
I'm as surprised as you.
How are we supposed to find this thing?
I know it's here. We can smell it.
Look at what's left of these people. They were tortured. What a terrible way to die.
Very few people survive Colivan's rehabilitation.
You did.
There. That's the one. It has to be.
Rook?
It's us against gods, Harding.
I am right here, you know.
It's fine. We can talk about something else. What's Katarina like?
After so long in this pit, I barely remember.
Oh, this was entirely unnecessary. Zara and her little jests. He's already the demon of Virantium. Won't this be ironic? Hilarious. And now look at the mess you've made of my facility. She always leaves me to clean up.
So this is Calivan.
He is. The target I was sent for a year ago. A crow never abandons a contract.
What did they offer you in exchange for my life, Crow? Was it worth it?
The crows send their regards.
So, we got your target.
Yes. The job's done.
Smells like blood. Ashes. Not done, not yet.
Lucanis. Are you alright? Lucanis? What are you looking at? So, we can leave, right? Lucanis? Right? Let's move. Lucanis.
Careful. They know we're not right.
You cannot see him. I wondered.
We clearly have things to discuss. Somewhere else.
Agreed. I think it's time I got some air.
I'm ready to get out of this place.
Imagine how I feel.
Make it.
Lucanis, what happened here?
A message from Zara Renata. I can't believe it. You're home.
Zara? Her people got this close?
The woman who runs the prison.
The Venatori witch who captured me.
Revenge for the breakout, maybe.
Where's Katarina?
She's...
The Venatori caught her in their confusion.
I get one of you back, only to lose the other.
Lucanis. I'm so sorry.
I need to work.
Are you sure?
Someone killed the first Talon of the Crows. Now. After the gods escaped. That's not a coincidence.
Zara's been a thorn in our side before, and you said yourself, it could be revenge for your prison break.
No, Rook's right. The timing is suspicious for many reasons.
When I find Zara, I'll ask her.
I had a deal with Katarina. If that's not honored...
You have your contract.
You should take some time.
I don't need time. I need a target.
You just got here, and already you want to leave again?
Katerina gave me a contract. I'm not breaking the last deal she ever made. And I owe Rook. Once that's done, I'll come home.
I'll return him in one piece.
Thank you.
Can't say your new contract's easy, but we'll be as quick as we can. You haven't explained what happened in the ossuary, Lucanis.
Later.
I won't forget.
Cousin, when you find Zara, I need to be there.
We are under attack. Antam on one side and our Venatori on the other. Forget revenge. We need you.
No, Viago. Zara came for us here, in my house. She took Katerina from my house. You find her and cut her heart out, Lucanis. Vi and I will hold down the fort.
I'll give her your regards, Thea.
For Katerina.
The crows had lost a talon, but the demon of Virantium was free at last. Sooner or later, debts new and old would come due. And they would all be paid in blood.
They're the same thing. Mostly, kind of.
Except one will manipulate you, or kill you, or both.
But how do you get rid of them?
What's everyone talking about?
Spite.
The demon in Lucanis. When a person gets possessed, the demon usually takes control.
And they turn into a monster. The spirit just molds them however they want.
I've heard of abominations being cured by killing the demon in the Fade. That's not a sure bet, though.
Well, there's one way, but it's, well... We'd have to,
You'd have to kill me.
That can't be the only solution. Can't we reason with Spite, maybe? Persuade it to leave?
Talk doesn't work on spite.
He doesn't want to hurt you. How rare. Everyone else does.
Well, that's awkward.
He's fun. You're never fun.
If things get out of hand, that's always an option.
Careful of him. I want to talk to him.
before we do, well, that, let's think this through some more. There has to be a solution.
I have people in Minrathous I can ask, but I wouldn't get my hopes up.
All right. So what next?
Let me talk to them. I want to talk to Rook.
Lucanis!
Nope. It's fine. I'm fine.
What did he do that for?
Throwing a tantrum when he doesn't get his way.
But he could just take you over, make you do what he wants.
It's, you know, not great, but kind of good news, in a way.
He's done this before. Enough that you just shrug it off.
He'd do this in the ossuary. The Fate does whatever his spirit wants. Real walls and chains, not so much.
You're bleeding. Maybe that's not fine.
He won't kill me. He cannot do that and get what he wants.
Don't pretend this is all right. It wouldn't be fine if another person did it.
No, but there's nothing I can do about it. If it were another person, I could solve this with a knife. Just give me a minute. He'll get bored once everyone leaves.
I know things have been complicated, but I'm glad you're here, Lucanis.
Contract aside, I owe you a debt.
I don't like leaving you alone with the demon.
You don't have to worry about me.
No offense, but having an abomination in the Lighthouse makes me nervous.
Well, being an abomination makes me nervous too.
Lucanis.
Please.
You asked for time. Is this long enough?
Yes, my head's clearer, though I would kill for a decent cup of coffee.
Have you? For coffee, I mean?
Not today. You've got questions. You might as well ask them.
You're the best mage killer in the Antivan Crows. So how'd the Venatori catch you?
Someone set me up. I had a contract for Colivan, in the ossuary. I took a ship from Treviso to Minrathous. They were waiting for me. Knew which ship and when it would arrive. I don't know how they convinced the Crows I was dead, but I woke up in the ossuary with Zara gloating about it.
I know Katerina volunteered you to work with us. Are you okay with that?
When the first talent of the Crows gives you a job, you do it. Especially if she's your grandmother. But there's plenty of reason for me to work with you beyond that, Rook.
Such as?
I owe you a debt, for one. And after a year in that hole, maybe I'm looking forward to stabbing a god or two in the back.
I know we brought you in as a specialist, but things are rough. I need everyone to help out.
Of course. I hate sitting idle, and it's better I stay occupied.
The crossroads can be dicey, but the Lighthouse is safe. Oh, and if you see a spirit around called the Caretaker, they're friendly.
After the ossuary, that will be a pleasant change. You haven't asked about Spite.
From what I've seen, I'd say he picked the right name.
He's stronger when I sleep, so I try not to do it much. No one was in the ossuary by choice, not even the demons. We both did what we had to get out of there.
So, if you're an abomination...
I suppose I should get used to that.
But I heard that only mages can get possessed by demons.
I'm skilled with a blade, but I promise you, without Spite, I have the magical talent of a brick. There must be some difference between a demon deceiving their way into a body and being forced into one. Only Zara knows for sure.
When you have nothing but bad choices, better to take the one that saves you.
And now comes the rest of my life. Our life.
We should know. Is there anything in particular that upsets Spite?
Not getting his way. Getting his way and not liking the outcome.
Sounds like a child.
Have you seen a child when they realize they don't control the world? Except Spite's anger has real power behind it.
We need you. But if you're any kind of threat to us, I want to know now.
It helps to have targets to focus on, and you have no shortage of enemies.
I admire you. What you've been through would break most people.
I would not give Zara the satisfaction.
Still, you must be a very courageous man.
A very stubborn one, perhaps, but that's kind of you to say. Leave Spite to me. If he's trapped in this world, he has good reason to fight for it. For now, I must honor our contract. Gods, magic, politics. Things are going to get very bloody. Ilario will meet us at Cafe Pietra. It's not that far from here. We have time before he arrives. I wouldn't mind looking around a while. The markets are running. Good. I need to get some things while we're here. Treviso. I barely had time to look around when we returned from the ossuary.
This place, does it feel very different?
In some ways, more than I expected, but then, perhaps it's me. Ah, here.
A potted plant?
For Harding's garden. Spearmint is supposed to calm bad dreams. It's good in desserts, too.
So you and Ilario are cousins?
Yes, but we're more like brothers. Katarina took us both in, a long time ago now. Here's the place. Bellara mentioned the daily seafood recipe she wants to make.
The Demon of Virantium is grocery shopping for the team.
Have you seen what they eat? It's a miracle you didn't all starve before you hired me.
When we met, it didn't seem like Ilario and Katarina were close.
It was hard to be close to her, even for me, and I was her favorite. A good selection. Fresh fruit. Neve only eats fried fish. You'd think a detective would have discovered scurvy by now.
Is that everything on the list?
Yes, and Ilario should be here by now. Let's go before he gets himself in trouble.
You can't buy something for everyone but yourself. Here, this is for you.
A wyvern tooth dagger? I loved wyverns as a boy. Katarina would never let me have one of these, though. Cafe Pietra's just ahead.
That's where we're meeting your cousin. Why not the casino?
House Cantori has many talents. Making coffee is not one of them.
Finally. I thought you might leave me here all by my lonesome.
Please. You think I'd ever pass up Cafe Pietra's coffee?
You see, Rook, my cousin is all stomach and no heart.
Don't mind him. Ilario cannot appreciate anything but himself. They serve a specialty roast here, Andoral's breath. Bitter and sweet, like a kiss goodbye. You should try it.
Bitter's good. Chocolate is better.
They have cioccolata calda. It was my favorite drink as a child.
I think you're shaming me, but I'm ordering the Choco Chico thing. You just described my dream cup of coffee. Right. I know we came here for coffee, but I prefer tea.
Ugh.
So, is there a reason we're not talking about Ilario's information or what?
We're still being spied on.
No, the last one just left. Couldn't take your coffee talk.
So, you have something?
The crows I sent after Zara have picked up her trail. They say she's gone to Virantium.
I have a friend who's very good at finding people.
Katarina was first Talon. This is crow business. We can handle it.
Apparently not. Your lead is no good, cousin.
If she was here in Treviso to kill Katarina, she can't be in Virantium already.
Rook's right. Zara's giving you a false lead, cousin.
We could be in Virantium in no time with the Alluvian.
It won't matter. Zara's not in Virantium.
You have better information?
We're compromised. There's no other way Zara could even touch Katarina. You need your eyes here, in Antiva.
Zara would never be foolish enough to stay. Not with you out for blood.
Of course she would. If the crows protecting her are here.
Rook, reason with him, would you? He's being paranoid.
I am not paranoid. She came after me. She came after Katerina. She will come for you too.
If it'll make you feel better, I'll clean house, all right? Leave it to me.
He's gone.
Of course he is. Ilario always caves under pressure.
Zara's not going to get Ilario, and she's not getting away with anything she's done. I promise.
Don't promise. But thank you.
Your cousin only seems to hear about one word in 10.
He's always been this way. He hears what he wants to hear.
Let him. Crow business or not, we'll find Zara ourselves.
Good.
So, are you glad to be back in Antiva?
It doesn't feel real yet. And it wasn't this fool of Antam when I left.
I can imagine it's a shock.
They say taste and smell awaken our strongest memories. For so long, memories were all I had. But whatever the circumstances, the here and now is a much finer place to be. How's your coffee?
Strong enough to take down a god. I've never seen you this content before. What happened?
It's starting to sink in that I'm out. It's strange, like a wound that's suddenly numb. These simple moments, they're the stuff of life, worth fighting for. How's your chocolate calda?
Delicious. Everyone deserves a chance to try it. How's the coffee? As good as you remembered?
Better. I dreamed about this coffee for a year. They say taste and smell awaken our strongest memories. For so long, memories were all I had. But whatever the circumstances, the here and now is a much finer place to be. How's your tea?
Bold and refreshing. I feel ready for anything. Bitter and sweet, you called that blend? Like a kiss goodbye. So, what would a first kiss be?
Honey and lavender cream. Sweet. Intriguing. And you? How would you describe it?
First kisses? It's been a while. I might need a refresher.
I see. You lead an adventurous life.
No more than you, I'm guessing? I haven't had enough first kisses to say. There's just never been... well...
In matters of the heart, one must be discerning.
When it's right, you know.
How would you describe it?
Every kiss is different.
Sometimes a unique pleasure should be just that.
That sounds like the voice of experience.
I've always thought that to live truly is to live fully. But even before I was captured, my life was not really my own. So much had been determined for me.
Being grandson to the first Talon must come with a lot of baggage.
And when I proved I could carry it, the expectations only grew.
It can't have been easy, but it's forged a man of strength and principle. That's no bad thing.
Not when I hear that from you. How's your coffee?
Dark, complex, and intriguing. You must have found time for a little trouble along the way. And if you didn't, I can find you some now.
We'll see. You don't know how much trouble I can handle yet. How's your chocolate calda?
Just sweet enough to intrigue me. That was before. It's not selfish to spend your time on what matters to you.
Perhaps what matters is who I'm with. How's your tea?
An inviting start, with hidden depths. Ready to head back to the Lighthouse?
Almost.
Good, you're here.
Thank you for making the arrangements, Dea.
For Katerina? How could I do otherwise? I'm so sorry, Lucanis. This must be such a blow. Rook, thank you for coming with him. I need Juan de la Muerte to plan this. His cousin has been no help at all.
I'm sorry, Dea. This is just too much right now.
If there's anything I can do, just say the word.
You're such a dear. I hope these two are paying attention.
Dea, don't flirt with my colleague.
Jealous? Fine. To business, then.
Lucanis would have stayed in the base drinking coffee if I hadn't agreed to come along.
Andraste save us. I swear these boys are exactly the same.
What do you need us to do?
There's a lot to plan. But first, I need the ashes.
Ashes?
Make it help us. Yes, the ashes. Katerina's ashes. From the cremation?
Oh, yes, of course. I'll get them to you right away.
Ilario, what happened?
What do you mean?
Katerina, how? How did the Venatori get to her? When? Where? In the estate? In the city? How did they get past our people? What did they use? Poison? Blades? I need to know.
Cousin, stop. You can't dwell on this. It'll drive you mad.
I'm not dwelling. Zara killed the first Talon. I have to know how if I'm going to stop her.
I told you, I'm handling it.
Boys, enough of this. We have other things to discuss.
My apologies, Andradea. Continue without me. I'll get you the ashes.
How are you holding up?
I'll be fine. Better once we kill Zara Renata. It's him I'm worried about.
Seemed like that went well.
My cousin has never taken anything seriously in his whole life. I don't know why he'd start now.
Something's going on with him. I don't know what.
When he's not on the job, my cousin always has his head in the clouds.
Hilario can be a handful. But this? The only time I've seen him like this was when Lucanis died. You're worrying, aren't you? What will people say if they hear the demon of Virantium has a big, soft heart?
He's been careless at times, but never when his own life was on the line. Zara took down the first Talon. Anyone could be next, and my cousin doesn't want to think about it?
You have a point. It's not like Hilario to ignore a knife coming at him.
What do you need from me for the funeral?
Come. I'll get us some drinks, and we can make the arrangements.
Our house owes you for handling all of this.
Katerina was family. Can you imagine what she'd say if she saw us all like this?
She'd be furious, especially at Hilario, as usual.
How did you stay on her good side?
What good side?
To hear Katerina tell it, Lucanis can do no wrong.
It's easy to look good standing next to my cousin.
I barely know your cousin, and he already seems like trouble to me.
Oh, he is. I've lost count of the times I've had to pull him out of the fire on the job.
He's a good assassin. Most jobs don't have as many fires as yours do.
She was a smart lady.
She was the best. Of all the Talons, Katerina was the sharpest.
Which makes it even harder to believe this could happen. Nobody could catch her unaware. And now Hilario's got his head in the clouds.
I'll have my people keep an eye on him for you.
Thank you, Thea.
Go on. I'll let you know if something comes up.
Back, demon! No further! Isn't standing up to them supposed to work?
Let Lucanis go! Don't make us hurt both of you!
What's going on? Lucanis?
It's not Lucanis, it's the demon. It's taking him over. He's trying to leave.
Smells like jam and brimstone.
Rook, do something!
Spite? Stop. You're not taking Lucanis through the Alluvion.
I could, if you'd move.
So you can take him where? Off a cliff, or worse?
How did... Rook? Taash?
Lucanis, wake up!
Ugh. What the...
Spite. This man is not your puppet, and stunts like this won't change that.
How did... Rook? Taash?
You tried to walk through the Alluvion in your sleep.
Spite wanted out.
I need coffee.
Are you sure you're all right?
This could be better.
You can't just caffeinate your way out of this. If you can't control this demon, I don't know if I can rely on you.
I can control him, and I will. It's hard for Spite to take control when I'm awake, so I try to stay awake.
You can't just stay awake forever. I think that would kill you.
I'll be more careful next time.
You need to restrain yourself while you sleep. Lock the door, tie yourself to the bed, whatever it takes.
I'll come up with something. And thanks.
We do have magical experts here, you know. Once they put their heads together, they'll fix this.
I already talked to Neve and Bellara. Don't worry about it. This won't happen again. And thanks.
We have to make Spite understand that he's endangering you.
He's Spite, not learning. He doesn't listen to anyone. Don't worry about it. This won't happen again.
Lucanis? Are you in here brooding?
I'm fine.
That's not a no.
I had her. She should have never gotten away from me. This was our contract, Rook. I don't fail my contracts.
Forget about Gillenane.
That's why I'm here.
I know, but... I'm just happy you didn't get killed out there.
You shouldn't go easy on me. Mistakes get people killed.
You're an assassin. So do successes. Just think how much more satisfying it'll be when you do take her down.
We cannot count on a second shot.
This can't be the first time you've missed a target, right? What did you do before?
I never miss.
Focus on what you do best. Hitting your mark when they least expect it. Gillenane will remember that scratch you gave her.
For all the good it did.
We didn't know what they were really capable of before. Now we do. We'll be ready next time. Let's call it what it was. Weisshaupt was a disaster.
I thought I still had this. Whatever else I am, I'm a professional. After the ossuary, I thought at least I could still take out a target. I need to work.
Gillenane was a giant face in the clouds, Lucanis. I asked you to stab a cloud.
And I missed the damn cloud.
My point is, that was impossible and you still almost did it. That's not small. You might need sleep more than work at this point.
You might be right.
It's not over. Just take care of yourself for now, okay?
I was distracted. That cannot happen again. I need to get my head on straight.
Whatever you need to do.
Have you been to talk to the others? Davrin, especially. I think everyone might have things to deal with now. I should check in with the crows. Whatever the word is, I'll let you know. There's nothing like work to focus the mind.
This is ominous.
Biago found something.
Something bad, I take it.
Venatori and Treviso. Like I thought. One of them might know where Zara is. Biago has crows watching them. We find them. We find Zara.
It'll be fine. Just a stroll in Treviso. We'll get her, Lucanis. How hard can it be to find a few crows hiding out in Treviso?
Finding crows is easy. Everyone knows that. Look for the capes.
Venatori in the city? But Ilario thought they were gone. Are we sure this is good intel?
Iago's certain.
Everything she did to you. We'll make her pay, Lucanis. Side by side.
We just have to get this done. I'm not losing anyone else. We only get one shot at this. We go when you're ready.
Fish.
The fifth Talon said someone was coming. That's you? The demon of Virantium? I thought you were dead.
I get that a lot.
We found a group of Venatori hiding out in the market. Not far from Cafe Pietra.
I knew it. I told Ilario they were still here.
Let's see if they know where we can find Zara Renata. Are you sure you're ready for this? Facing Zara, I mean.
I lost a year of my life to that Venatori witch. I owe her for that.
There you are. What took you so long? Did you stop for coffee again?
Ilario? What are you doing here?
I'm coming with you, cousin. No arguments.
This is my job.
This is crow business.
How did you even know we'd be here?
Rook, always a pleasure. Touring the city with my cousin? You must allow me to show you the sights.
Treviso is the best city. Seeing the sights, murdering them, sneaking away on rooftops. It's got everything.
That's the spirit. Listen to Rook, cousin.
Rook, don't encourage him.
We're all here. We may as well go see Zara together.
There, you see? Rook understands.
Rook, don't encourage him.
Lucanis told you not to come.
This isn't your type of job, cousin. There's no one you can charm into dropping their guard. Only fanatics. All you can do is get yourself killed.
You think I'm not good enough?
Are you?
Fine. Have it your way, cousin. You know best.
Let's go, Rook. Zara is waiting. We're close. I can feel someone using blood magic. A lot of blood magic.
You can sense that.
It makes the back of my eyes hurt.
Lucanis. It's terribly uncivilized to drop in on a lady unannounced. Now the evening's ruined.
Of all the ways this could go down, I didn't expect we'd catch you in the bath.
This interruption won't last long.
You've got something on yourself.
How very eloquent.
You're gonna pay for everything you've done.
Spoken like a true peasant. Serious, Lucanis. Why don't we talk? I can tell you much about Venatori and our pet crows.
No, I want her heart quivering on our life.
You want to know who betrayed you, don't you? Who sent you to the ossuary?
Talk.
I knew you were risk.
Ilario?
I told you this is crow business.
Oh, Mater.
No! Mine! Get Ilario out!
What? No!
Rook, I can't! That's enough! Relent.
What did you do to him?
Nothing. I don't know what happened any better than you. You have to get him out of here.
We can't wait around for more Venatori. Help me get Lucanis out of here.
I can't. That thing controlling him tried to kill me. I'll get you a boat, but I can't be near him.
How did you manage to find every single way to make things worse?
My cousin would tell you that's my talent. But this was doomed from the start. Rook, keep him away. From Treviso, from the cross. He is a danger to the family.
You're awake.
Yes. I've been trying to figure out what to say to you. And there aren't words enough to apologize. I never wanted you to see me like that.
And yet, I'm still here. Lucanis, you don't have to do this alone. We have people who can help. Emmrich
looks at me like a thesis topic.
We all have our demons. I mean, usually they're metaphorical, but...
Rook.
The way you're dealing with spite, it's not working.
I know. We need to talk about Ilario.
He wants you to stay away from the crows. He thinks you're a danger to your family.
He's not wrong. If I cannot stay in control... He used blood magic to control spite.
What? How? He's not a mage.
I don't know, but... something's not right.
The night you were captured, did Ilario know you were boarding that ship?
Yes.
I didn't say anything because he's your cousin, but I've always had a bad feeling about Ilario.
For his sake, let's hope you're wrong.
I'm sure there's a good explanation for all of this.
There better be.
And if it turns out he betrayed you?
Then make her help him.
Demon's back.
I don't think he ever leaves, actually.
Then he's acting weird.
Smells like melon and wood smoke.
Hey! No! No! Sit your ass back down.
I'll handle this. Maybe make sure the Alluvian room is blocked.
Now we get to talk.
When demons say they want to talk, that usually means they want to bargain. You're right. Let's talk about you getting out of Lucanis' body. We have nothing to talk about.
Lucanis made a deal he hasn't kept.
What deal?
Break our chains, kill, escape our prison, and live?
Isn't that what happened?
No! I want out!
Out to where? To Vinter? Orlais? Nowhere's safe for a possessed man.
No! No! He promised!
You got your freedom. Maybe it's not what you imagined, but that's not Lucanis' fault.
We had a deal. He listened to you.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I want Lucanis to honor the deal. Tell him! Make him! Rook?
You were sleepwalking.
Spite was sleepwalking.
He didn't go anywhere. Nothing happened.
I didn't want you to see that. Again.
I didn't mean to invade your space.
No, it's not that.
Then what is it? You didn't manage to leave the room, and Taash didn't hit you with an axe. That's all that matters. Your pride's gonna get you killed. Or worse.
Maybe you're right.
You know I'm right.
I'm supposed to be a professional.
Professional doesn't mean you have to go it alone.
Something to think about, I guess.
Nothing I'm seeing makes me want to look away.
How do you always do that?
Do what?
Break apart my perfectly gathered clouds of doom. You deserve better than to deal with my mess.
You're more than what you're going through. And you wear it well.
This isn't a good idea.
Sometimes a bad idea is better.
You like to walk a little too close to the edge.
So do you.
At least I know I'm doing it. I need to clear my head. Excuse me.
Nothing I'm seeing makes me want to look away.
How do you always do that?
Do what?
Break apart my perfectly gathered clouds of doom. You deserve better than to deal with my mess.
Maybe this is a lot to deal with.
I told you.
The team. We're all here for you, okay? Professional doesn't mean you have to go it alone.
Something to think about, I guess.
Is that Zara Renata? This place isn't big enough to keep every corpse you guys find.
Zara spoke to Ilario before she died. Emmrich can talk to the dead. I have to know.
I wouldn't have offered my skills if I thought it was unsafe. Let flame rekindle your sight. Let breath and light rise again. Tell us about Ilario della Morte.
Banters. He fooled us both.
Elaborate.
You took what he wanted most in this world. More than coin, pleasure, family.
The title of First Talon.
Ilario had you imprisoned and tortured for a promotion.
Well, the job was to kill you. But this one doesn't waste those with potential.
Yeah, that's not any better. If that's what he wanted, why imprison you? Why not just kill you? No offense.
It's a fair question.
Death was the original plan. But this one doesn't waste those with potential.
Jealousy is a powerful motivator.
I thought he cared enough to grant me a quick death. Why imprison me and risk everything?
An improvisation on this one's part. You had too much potential to die so young.
And Katerina? Did Ilario hire you to kill her?
No.
Ilario used blood magic to control spite. How? He's not a mage.
Our risen god gives many gifts.
Elganon. Ilario's working with Elganon.
Her spirit's strong. Haste would be appreciated.
Let her go. We've heard enough.
I'm sorry, Lucanis.
So am I.
Well, that was pretty damning.
Ilario has much to answer for.
In blood, if nothing else.
You believe her?
She has reason enough to hurt both you and Ilario.
Sometimes the truth hurts more than lies.
What are you going to do?
Take away everything from him.
You found something about Ilario?
Possibly.
What do you mean, possibly? You have something or you don't?
It's Caterina.
We don't know that for certain.
Tell me.
I've got my eyes on Villa della Morte. One of them brought back one of Caterina's rings.
It had been thrown out with the trash. Ilario would never do that. He'd at least pawn it somewhere.
You think Caterina threw the ring away as a message that she's inside the house?
Her opal ring. Lucanis, you know what that means.
If the pawnbroker wouldn't take it, Ilario could have tossed it out in a rage.
The ring is priceless. Caterina's opal engagement ring.
She gave that ring to my mother. It was the mark of her favor. House Veilguard killed my parents and sent it back to Caterina to demand she surrender the seat of First Talon. She's alive. Ilario, you idiot.
We need more eyes in the villa to say for certain.
Ilario would tear the city apart searching if he'd lost this. How could she be alive? What is he thinking? How am I supposed to deal with this?
We need to plan a rescue. The sooner we get Caterina out of there, the better.
It could be a trap. We have to deal with Ilario first.
He could still kill her if we move against him. Maker knows what's in his head.
V, you're too pessimistic for your own good. Reason with him, Lucanis.
I thought I had a clear shot at my target. What if I go after him and get Caterina killed? Help us.
How? What do you need?
He'll listen. He always listens to you.
If you think this clue is real, it's opening up a world of trouble. Help us. Sounds like you're the only one getting to speak here, Spite.
I can't get him out. We're trapped.
We have work to do. Put Lucanis back in control now.
He won't move. I can't. Get close. Everything's wrong. Come.
What did you do? Is this the fate? It seems different. It isn't like those fragments of Solus's past in the crossroads either.
Lucanis is here. Always. Behind locked doors. I can't break through.
All right, let's go get him.
Useless. All of this, utterly useless.
I know this place. It's the ossuary, the prison we freed Lucanis from.
Freed? No. We've always been here.
Right. It's not the real ossuary, but it doesn't seem like a memory either. Lucanis is in here somewhere, right? He's... what? Where they kept his blood?
Yes. Go there. But the locks everywhere. I can't touch them.
How do I get past the locks? Turn myself into a mouse? Fight a bunch of giant spiders?
By getting past the guards. It's a prison!
Right. What was I thinking?
What trouble you've been.
Nobody's here.
Of course not. Rook can't be here.
Me? Why not?
You open doors. You don't close them.
If I were in charge, you wouldn't have to do this anymore.
When the demon emerges, let me have his entrails, my lady.
Rock, did you forget our deal? You were to bring my grandson back to me.
I did.
You brought me an abomination. Where is my grandson?
Tenderness and terror. Rage and relief. Old stale fear of disappointment.
This is the Fade. So this Katerina is... a spirit? Something like that?
No, Lucanis is mine. They won't dare. Thoughts live here. Ideas, feelings.
She's his idea of Katerina, then. Katerina. Lucanis is trapped, but I think you're part of his way out. Lucanis may have changed, but he's still the little boy you loved and raised.
He's not changed. He's possessed by a demon.
You would never think of rejecting him whatever happened, would you?
My poor boy.
You let Lucanis put you on a pedestal. First Talon, all-powerful matriarch.
You think you know me better than my own grandson?
I know that until he gets out of the great Katerina de la Morte's shadow, he'll never be free. Step aside. Lucanis thinks he disappointed you. With that chaining him, he can never be free.
Is that what you want? To release a demon?
Lucanis is the one who's trapped by the idea he failed you. But you know he's not to blame.
My poor boy.
Don't worry, Rook. I've got my eye on the prisoner.
You've conjured up a friendly face, Lucanis. But your real friends and allies need you. In the real world.
Rook, are you sure Spite isn't tricking you? What if there's no Lucanis, just the demon?
After a year in the ossuary, you might believe that. But you're no demon.
Look around. This isn't the mind of a human being, let alone an Antivan crow.
You're the man you were, Lucanis, even buried in this pain. No demon would punish itself like this.
You really shouldn't trust anything you find in the Fade.
I trust you, Lucanis. And I trust myself to get you home. Let me. Look, everyone has unwelcome thoughts, fears, doubts. But they aren't us. You chose to challenge a god, Lucanis, to save the world. Your choices, your actions. That's who you are.
You know that's the kind of attitude that's gonna get you killed, right?
I'll risk it. I have a master assassin on my side, don't I? I don't care how it looks. This is the mind of a god killer, the man I'm trusting to save the world. Lucanis, if the gods win, everyone will suffer much worse than this. Only you can save them. Will you?
Just be careful.
Hey, Rook. Should you be here? Can't say it's the safest place in the world.
Strangeness and charm. Something familiar and foreign at the same time. With a little guilt.
Somehow I thought Lucanis would think of Neve as being more... Tevinter?
Tevinter? People come in three kinds. Family, enemies, contracts.
I hope that's just spite talking. Neve, you need to let us pass.
You know how he is, Rook. Even if you open the door, Lucanis won't walk through it. This is where he wants to be.
Lucanis always has a choice. If he can't see that, I'm here to show him. Well, I'm not leaving until Lucanis is all right, so we might be here a while. Masks and shadows have their place, Lucanis, but you're losing yourself in them. I can handle the real you.
You really think you can help him? You're such a sap, Rook.
I think it's time you stood aside and let me try.
Promoted from flying vermin to malicious spirit. Whatever will you become next, I wonder?
Rook, you're too good to be wasting your time in a place like this. Forget about my cousin. You've got much more important things to worry about, don't you? You've got the weight of the world on your shoulders.
Sharp, jagged edges. Hurt with every breath. Grief and relief. Hope and anger mixed.
Lucanis, you don't owe Ilario a second thought, much less a supporting role.
He put us here.
You've got to leave this be, Rook. You turn my cousin loose, it's only going to cause more grief.
I think Ilario will be feeling that grief. Right, Lucanis?
You know that Katarina had 5 children? 8 grandchildren, all dead now, except for Lucanis and me. Last time the Grows fought a war of succession, House de la Morte lost everything. Except the seat of First Talon. This time, we fight ourselves. What will be left then? You think you'll survive? Your friends? Your cause?
There's no alternative. There's going to be a confrontation, and it's not going to end well.
A year he spent in this hole, in darkness, dreaming of escape. Just to come home to kill his only family for a job he never wanted.
This scum doesn't get to speak for you, Lucanis. Everything that's happened is his fault.
Is it? Are you sure of that?
You know him, Lucanis. Even here, Ilario just wants to save his own neck.
Would that be enough? Would anything? Do you really think he made a deal with a demon? He's not even a mage. Or do you think maybe he just found the one there already? He'll carry this prison with him forever. And he'll fill it with corpses given time.
We need out!
You're an Antivan Crow, Lucanis. A professional. Trained to avoid collateral damage and go after the real enemy. Imagine what you could do without hearing his defeatist words in your head, Lucanis. It's time you evicted him.
You have no idea what the consequences will be.
Lucanis, anything could happen. That's no reason to hide in a place that's hurting you, especially when you're needed.
You always have an answer, don't you? Are you sure you can live with the consequences?
Whatever they are, Lucanis, I'll be there to help you.
I can't believe it. You're home. How long are you going to keep doing this?
What are you doing here, Rook?
I had to find you. If anything happened to you, I can't even think about it.
You should go. It's better I stay here than risk losing you.
Lucanis.
I have not moved. There's nowhere to go.
Breaking you out of prison. Again.
Not this time, I think.
I'm doing whatever it takes to get you out of here.
There is not a way out. Not for me.
You see? He breaks our agreement. His mind is still here. He wants to stay here, so he keeps me here!
Mierda! Why would I want to stay? Even in my head, this place is a nightmare.
Right. But it's a nightmare you already defeated. I get it now. As bad as the ossuary was for you, it was better than the alternative.
What alternative?
The ossuary, Zara. You could solve those problems with the blade, but healing again? Living as an abomination? There's no simple answer there. And if you fail, you could hurt the ones you love.
No! This is not... Damn it, Rook!
Make him leave!
He's trying to leave, spite it's... complicated. Mortals can't just change ourselves. It takes a lot of time. Yelling at someone who's trying to fix themselves doesn't help Spite. And since you're stuck with him, you're only hurting yourself. We can't. This isn't a place, it's a feeling. He already left the prison. He just took some of it with him.
Rook, you're right. There has to be a way through this. It's just so much. I cannot see how to begin.
Start small. You and Spite. Figure out a goal you can both agree on, then make it happen.
A contract?
Contracts are for clients. Call this an alliance. But on what terms?
Didn't you just learn your grandmother was alive? What are you waiting for? Go rescue her.
That's true.
Fighting crows?
And anyone else that gets in our way. Do we have a deal? We free Katarina together.
Together, we will fight!
The choice seems obvious to me. Beat the crap out of your cousin.
Rook is my favorite!
Ilario. He's a pain in the ass, Rook. But he and Katarina are all I have left.
He put us here!
I never said kill him. I said beat the crap out of him.
So, do we have a deal then? We'll work together and Ilario will suffer for what he's done to us.
He will not escape us both.
Rook, are you all right?
What's the matter with the two of you?
It's okay. We needed a moment, but I'd say we're ready for anything. We worked some things out, that's all. Oh, I blank out when I'm strategizing. Lucanis is used to waiting for me. We're fine. How long were we standing here?
Just long enough for it to get awkward. You're sure you're all right?
We're fine, Thea. Don't waste your worry on us. Can I trust the two of you to keep an eye on Ilario? If he starts anything, I want to know about it.
I was going to do that anyway.
You're planning something.
I'm getting Katarina back. But Viago is right. We need more information before we move. Ilario panicked when I came back alive. If he panics again, he could actually kill her this time. We'll only get one chance at this. Good, you're here.
What happened?
A note from Viago.
Ilario's making his move.
A big one. He's hosting all the talents of the crows at Katarina's villa.
That's a good way to get himself killed. Unless he's got something up his sleeve.
Maybe he thinks his blood magic will be enough to control them all.
That means the finest wine and an even finer banquet.
You deserve better than anything at Ilario's table.
I'll let you re-educate my palate. Once we're out the other side. All it's missing is some heavily armed, uninvited guests. Shall we?
As soon as we've prepared, we have to do this carefully. Ilario has to be expecting us.
You think he knows that we know about him and Elganon?
He wouldn't be avoiding us otherwise. Be ready for a trap.
I always am.
They've gone to the villa without us. Come on.
Did Ilario even offer any bait? What's this party supposed to be for?
Viago's invitation said they would celebrate the new first talent and discuss the situation in Treviso. It doesn't matter what my cousin thinks he's doing. It ends now. We go in, find Katerina, and we'll have the perfect shot at Ilario.
So, we're paying a visit to your family home, then?
We are, but we're not exactly on the guest list.
So we're breaking into a house owned by crows who are good at traps.
We'll take the rooftops to the villa. Stay out of sight as long as possible.
And we can't go straight to the house because...
Because there's no way Ilario will let me through the door. He fears us. Good. He should. Rook, you see that tower with the circular window?
That's where we're going?
It's the quickest way there.
How far is it to Ilario's party?
The opera is... It's... You know, across the grounds, in the guest house.
Why does such a big house need a second house?
For guests.
That stink of blood magic of her, the jailer.
Zara is dead. The Venatori should be long gone.
They hurt us. They will suffer.
What will you do? When you find Ilario, I mean.
He will suffer for what he's done. That's the deal. Over there, that's Villa de la Morte.
There! It's Rook! Our god demands their heads! Kill them all, and make an offering to Lucanis. Will not rob us of this alliance!
Alliance? Ilario, you idiot.
That's going to end badly.
For him,
The Venatori still want to work with Ilario? Even though he killed their leader?
They don't give a damn about Ilario. It's Antiva they want. We go under the bridge.
We aren't going in through a sewer, are we?
No sewers in Treviso. The streets are barely above water as it is. There's a hidden escape route. That's our way inside. Over there. That's the entrance.
Your house has a secret escape route, and Ilario didn't post a guard on it.
Ilario doesn't know it's here.
Why not?
Katerina didn't even tell me about it. I found it laying here alone as a boy. He let them into the house. Now I'll have to get the whole thing cleaned.
How much trouble can one old woman possibly be? They should have been back by now.
They mentioned an old woman?
Katerina.
Katerina must be a difficult prisoner.
And here we are. Welcome to Villa della Morte.
No wonder Ilario wants to inherit.
Home? Smells like dust and linseed oil. Don't say that when Katerina is in earshot.
So you lived here?
Ilario and I both did, until we were 18.
What about your parents?
Killed by a rival house. We would have ended up with Katerina anyway, to train.
What was it like, training under the First Talon?
Torture. Katerina was hard on us because she wanted us to leave.
You don't resent her?
Not anymore. The family rooms are up ahead.
First her, and then we find what we seek.
The door's been barred from the inside.
So, we bust down the door and get attacked, probably?
Which is why I'll go first. Katerina.
Lucanis, my poor boy.
We'll escort you someplace safe before we go after Ilario.
You'll do no such thing.
I'd love to celebrate this touching family reunion with you both, but now might not be the best time. We have Ilario's celebration to deal with. We can't stay here. We have to move.
Rook, we have to take Katerina to safety before we can break up the party.
You'll do no such thing. And don't speak about me as if I'm not here. There's no time for heroic nonsense.
Heroic nonsense saves your grandson and is rescuing you now. I won't let Ilario do more damage.
Go. I'll meet you in the opera house.
I hope she can keep herself safe.
Welcome to House de la Morte, Rook.
Do you have a plan to deal with Ilario? Lucanis?
I'm working on it. He is ours. He will not escape us.
This is it. Get ready.
You have a plan now, right?
Knives are involved.
Katerina's death was a tragedy. But to get Lucanis back from the dead, only to lose him to a demon. For me, it is a deep, personal loss. And so, I take the mantle of First Talon with a heavy heart. But the crows could rise from the ashes. With our new allies, the Venatori, we could reclaim Antiva.
Over my dead body.
That can be arranged.
I'll overpower us both. Now you fall!
What are you waiting for, cousin?
Finish what you start. I already did. What am I ever going to do that is worse than this? On your knees, in front of every house.
Get up, Ilario.
Caterina, thank the Maker.
No one from House de la Morte kneels.
Mierda. What am I supposed to do with this idiot?
He tried to kill you and got you imprisoned. And kidnapped the first Talon. And made a deal with the Venatori.
Too much to forgive. But he's still all I've got. Viago, lock him up.
Do you think you can put me away? That is not your decision, is it? Caterina is still first Talon.
Enough, Ilario. Lucanis is first Talon now. His decision stands.
You're lucky he didn't cut your throat.
Didn't you tell me he's basically your brother and your closest childhood friend?
My only friend before you. His family.
Do you think you can show me mercy? That is not up to you now, is it? Caterina is still first Talon.
Enough, Ilario. Lucanis is the new first Talon. His decision stands.
Iago, keep him out of trouble.
I'm no miracle worker, but I'll see what I can do.
Lucanis.
Don't. Not now.
Welcome home, my boy.
A toast to the new first Talon.
To Lucanis!
Shall we make a discreet exit?
I'm ready, but are you sure? They're celebrating you.
I have other plans for the evening.
Really? You came all the way back here for coffee? The stuff in your villa wasn't good enough?
It's better if I make it myself. And I wanted some quiet.
So, first Talon of the Crows, huh? Does that mean you'll be leaving us?
No. We have a contract. Besides, she may have stepped down, but there's no stopping Caterina from giving all the orders. I still cannot believe she did that.
Are you holding up okay? After, you know, Ilario and your grandmother and everything.
I wouldn't call it okay, exactly.
I don't want to say that was the worst party I've ever attended, but it was probably in the bottom 10.
Crow parties are always terrible. Everything is poisoned, and I'm always working anyway.
There's only more trouble from here on out, you know.
Good. I could use a target. Fucking Ilario.
Do you regret locking him up?
No. After everything he's done, the other houses probably want him dead. And Caterina, she may want him alive, but he'll probably wish otherwise. Meanwhile, he's too valuable to lose. He knows too much about Elgernon, the Venatori. Whatever he can tell us about our target, I'll take it.
Do you regret giving him a chance?
No. You were right. His family. I didn't suspect him. When the Venatori caught me on the boat in Tevinter, it never even crossed my mind. He's better than I thought. Maybe there's hope for him after all. But this, being watched by all the crows with their knives out, this wasn't mercy. He'll never live this down. There's nowhere he could go to outrun being the traitor crow, brought down in front of everyone.
I was surprised you spared him at all, really.
So was I. But I don't have a lot to lose. What there is, Ilario, Katarina, you, this team. I'm not giving that up.
Rook, have a moment?
What is it?
You were there to witness my new deal with Spite. You should come with us to see it paid in full.
Interesting.
A spare moment with you is an added benefit.
Well, I can't say no to that.
When you're ready.
Do you think they're wondering why you ordered a drink for the empty chair?
If they are, they won't tell anyone. The crows own this cafe.
Smells like Lucanis.
Just try it.
So, are you two okay now? Since you gave Ilario another chance, I mean.
That wasn't our deal. We said we'd save Katarina, and we did. Even I believe we did. So there's peace, for the moment at least.
How is your grandmother doing?
You've met her. She was hewn out of Dragonbone. She's pretending not to be upset by Ilario's betrayal and my possession. Which means she's making everyone else as miserable as possible. Except Dea. She likes Dea.
Are the other Talons okay with the whole abomination thing?
Probably not. But they prefer me to Ilario or the Venatori. I suppose the crows have had worse first Talons.
It must feel good to just relax with a cup of coffee and not worry about everything.
I'm not sure Spite's enjoying it, but yes.
What is it?
What does that mean exactly?
He doesn't eat, but a promise is a promise.
Is it strange that I'm enjoying being out with you and your imaginary friend?
It isn't exactly normal.
You try it.
Let's hope that peace can hold.
Time will tell.
So, Ilario is settled. What now?
We reclaim everything.
Spite wants to drive the Antam out of Antiva.
Never again lose what's ours.
We agree on that. I don't know what I thought it would be like. Getting out of the ossuary. Getting my life back.
You mean you didn't spend all that time dreaming about having coffee with your inner demon?
And with you. But here we are. Whatever this is, I'll take it. So, Taash, are you nervous around me?
What? No.
But what about all of the frightening stories your mother told you?
She stopped telling me those stories after she found me up on our roof. I had a butter knife in each hand and the tablecloth tied around my neck.
You wanted to be a crow after all your mother did to make them sound terrifying.
The crows sounded amazing. Also, you had capes.
This explains so much about you. Right. First lesson on flair. When you take down an enemy, you call out something casual.
Why casual?
Because it's unnerving. It makes anyone nearby think that for you, killing this person meant nothing.
So you just say something casual, like, hey.
That's too casual. You need the veneer of formality.
You said to be casual.
But you have to show them good manners to contrast with the fact that you just killed someone.
This is complicated.
It isn't usually this hard to explain. All right, Taash. New plan on killing with flair. I'll tell you what to say.
Okay. I'm ready.
You've taken down an enemy. You smile at him, making sure that you're making eye contact with his allies as you do. And then you say, "The crows send their regards." Go on, try it.
The crows ask their regards.
Por la sangre del hacedor.
Wait, I think I said axe.
I know.
Maybe because I was thinking about how I just hit the guy in the face with an axe.
I know, Taash.
Hey. I'm sorry I'm a bad crow.
You're not a bad crow. I'm a bad teacher. The goal of the clever line is to unnerve your enemies, so they don't swarm you while you're vulnerable after your strike.
And to look good.
And to look good, yes. But you don't need a clever line to unnerve your enemies. Try your growl. Perfect! Your enemy's morale will be shattered. I will have Teia order you a cape.
Yes! Hey, Lucanis. You ever wanted to learn to fight dragons?
We have you for the dragon fights.
Oh, sorry. I thought you might want to hear about how to kill him.
I assumed you just hacked at them until they stopped moving.
What? No, it's a dance. There's a whole thing.
All right. I'm intrigued. Next time we're free, I await your explanation.
Okay, so, fighting a dragon. You start by finding her weakness.
The neck, I assume. Or the eyes?
Right. A dragon can always fly away, or use her breath on you. You have to make her want to come to you.
All right. How?
Sometimes it's a challenge. I make her see me as a rival. She'll lunge in to show dominance. Other times I make her see me as prey. Something she'll want to eat. That'll make her pounce.
And then?
Avoid the attack and climb onto her back. The muscles for her wings are vulnerable from behind.
To remove the possibility of escape. Interesting. So, dragons. Once you've crippled their wings to prevent escape...
Underbelly's the easy target. But her claws will shred you. So you hit them first. Always pisses her off. She gets frustrated. Comes in with the bite. Then it's like you said. Eyes and throat.
Interesting. That isn't how I go after most targets. But it's very close to how I go after mages. Create a distraction, then hinder their escape, hurt them to break their concentration, and finish them off. It is like a dance. Or a seduction, I suppose. You're fighting like a crow.
So do I get a cape?
I'll see what I can do.
You had quite the stack of letters. Intrigues from home?
It's the Via della Morte. There's upkeep, repairs. I'm being asked if I should redecorate the main dining room. I'm not sure what to do. I make a mistake, both Katarina and Teia will kill me.
My entire Minrathous apartment could fit in your main dining room. If you're looking for help, you've got the wrong address.
I had Viago take a look at the coffee you made.
And how were the results?
Unsettling.
Damn, is this sap? I swear that's harder to wash out than blood.
You should see what the wetlands did to my boots.
I can't believe it. Your own cousin tried to kill you. It's just like one of my stories. Danger, intrigue, family drama.
They put that in stories? In Antiva, that's just a regular afternoon.
Do you think someday someone else will try to kill you and you'll suspect Ilario, but at the last minute he'll sacrifice himself to...
Bellara.
Right. Sorry.
Bellara, you left the book you were reading in the kitchen. I found it in a basket of onions.
Oh, I wondered where that was. I looked everywhere for it, except in the onions, I guess.
I put it in your room for you. How many books are in that cereal?
I don't know. It's not finished yet. I think it's up to 8 so far.
You don't have book 1, do you?
I'll get it for you later.
Bellara, you've spent a lot of time in Arlathen Forest.
Sure, I know it better than most. The bits that don't change every time you come back, at least.
Are there any wyverns out there?
Oh, I don't think so. Not anymore, at least. There used to be some along the eastern edge of the forest, but they've left when things got weird.
So this Dreadwolf chased them away. Another reason to deal with him.
Oh, Lucanis, what did you think of the 3rd book?
That Thieves' Guild is so unprofessional. There is simply no way it could ever work.
Too much backstabbing? Murder? Betrayal?
No. That part's fine. How do they get anything done without a schedule? Bellara, the ending of Book 5.
I know!
It was a bit like being stabbed in the gut.
But in a good way.
I've had worse.
Lucanis, now that you've caught up, Book 8.
I do not understand what the guild could be thinking. Kidnapping a prince?
Well, there aren't kidnappers' guilds, are there? I mean, I've never heard of any.
Not guilds, exactly, but you can hire professionals for anything.
Okay, that's creepy. But the point is, the cliffhanger.
When is the next one supposed to be published?
Not soon enough.
Where did you get those whetstones you gave me?
I get them from Ireland. Why?
Where does Ireland get them?
I don't know. Somewhere in Arlathan, I guess?
Maybe that explains it. Spite keeps playing with him whenever I clean my knives.
Lucanis, do you ever wake up angry at someone for something they did in a dream?
Not personally, but Viago still stares daggers at me for throwing his pet snake out a window in a dream.
How could dream you do such a thing to an innocent snake?
If I ever meet him, I'll be sure to ask what he was thinking.
Have you thought about calling him something else?
Who?
Spite?
Spite?
Exactly. Imagine being called Spite all the time, like broody or short. Wouldn't you forget you could be anything else?
I don't think you understand how demons work.
I understand that they're spirits, and spirits have been known to change.
All right, I'll bite. What other name would you give Spite?
I don't know. Ask Spite what he wants to be called.
Huh?
It's his name, isn't it?
I think it's what he is, not what he's called. Asking just makes him irritable.
You and Ilario, that's gotta be uncomfortable.
His family. Of course it is.
You've talked, right? Honestly?
Of course not. You'll have to wait for some public gathering. Katarina's birthday, for example. We'll flip some tables, scream, and take swings at each other in front of the celebration roast. Then, either Thea ties us both up and kicks us down the cellar stairs, or Viago poisons us to get some peace. Family things.
Right. I'm not always agreeable.
Aren't you?
Am I?
You're trying to agree with me right now.
Damn it, Lucanis. Jeez. I don't try to be agreeable intentionally. I just don't like being at odds with others. It's terrifying when everyone else shares an opinion I don't.
So you just go along with it? Even if it feels wrong?
I try not to.
You don't have to make other people comfortable. That's all I'm saying.
You know, Lucanis, you always try to keep the other crows and everyone around you happy.
No, I don't. It's impossible to make crows happy.
Oh, yes, you do. You do everything Katarina tells you. You spared Ilario. You're nice to Thea and Viago. You made Taash 5 batches of deep-fried peppers yesterday.
Everyone likes deep-fried peppers.
That's exactly my point.
Your reputation's earned. You're deadly with that bow. There have been many times I could have used you as my eyes.
Huh. Thanks.
You know, if you're ever interested in making a little coin...
What?
The crows pay well for people with your skills.
So, when you say I could make a little coin, you mean for murder?
Assassination, please. And no, that's my job. You'd be watching my exits, taking care of stray problems.
How much coin are we talking?
Depends on the contract. Maybe 6,000?
Gold? 6,000 gold? To watch your back?
Too low? We can negotiate.
That's a herd of goats in a barn. That's brand new books for an entire village.
That's good.
When this is done, you and me, we'll talk.
If you're still interested in Treviso, you should ask Thea to show you around.
And Dara, Thea? She's so intimidating.
You're joking, Thea?
She's so polished, you know? I bet she never makes a mistake with the silverware.
She does keep track of which ones Viago's poisoned.
Lucanis, you've really never been to Ferelden? But I thought you traveled all over.
The Crows don't take many contracts there. Not since the Fifth Blight.
I heard Terran Loghain hired crows in his fight over the throne.
And that's why we don't work there anymore.
So the crows don't work in Ferelden anymore because of Loghain? Why exactly?
House Aranai embarrassed themselves so badly on that job, the Crows buried 6 different 8th Talons.
You're saying they actually die of embarrassment?
Some of them weren't dead at the time, but they got it eventually. So, the Red Cliff countryside.
It's beautiful. Green, so many trees, wild berries everywhere. Most of them aren't even poisonous.
Do you have wyverns there?
You know, I've never heard of any around, but there are dragons. They usually don't overlap territory.
Pity.
I just remembered. They have wyverns in Orlais across the border. Nobles hunt them for sport.
I've taken contracts in Orlais, but never in the countryside.
So if you have to take out a target and there were wyverns around, what would you do?
Kill the target and leave the body for the wyverns, of course. I need something for the bait.
And when the wyverns show up?
Nothing. Just seeing a wyvern is the whole point.
You know, I heard there was an Orlesian duke or something who kept wyverns as pets.
You can do that?
It's probably not easy to keep a wyvern.
I already have a snake. The hard part would be convincing Katarina.
How did you wind up specializing in killing mages, Lucanis?
Katarina wanted to tap new markets.
Markets? You make it sound like selling produce.
They can be similar. You want to sell assassination somewhere, you have to know what people want. Contracts on mages in the south are rare, but in Tevinter, Nevarra, Rivain, mages have status and enemies.
Ah, got it. Sell apples, you only get the apple eaters, but if you sell apples and dead mages...
It worked.
So what special things do you know as a mage assassin? Or can you not reveal that?
There's no secrets to it. Be fast, strike hard, stay out of sight. And if that doesn't work, piss them off.
Why? So they'll make mistakes?
Because it'll probably cause a demon to eat them.
Oh yeah, that would do it.
The things you make, Harding, are they typical Ferelden dishes?
Oh no, I don't know how to make any of the real traditional staples. My ma always did the cooking. She can make all the classics. Jam tart, cider porridge, turnip stew with 50 cloves of garlic.
She didn't teach you how to cook?
Nope, I'm entirely self-taught.
She must have many feelings about that.
So does Spite have any friends out there? I mean, we could invite them, maybe? Is that a thing with spirits?
Even if it was, Spite wouldn't have any friends. So it's immortality you want?
The idea appeals.
Why?
Well, Wait, what?
Everything dies. People, cities, empires, fashions, your favorite song. Things fade and are forgotten. Why would you want to outlast everything you love? Sounds like a terrible fate.
Well, there's always something to discover in this world. A fresh marvel, a new friend. I think I should never grow tired of that.
Your skeleton's back.
Yes, Manfred's made a full recovery.
And he can summon fire.
Give me fire.
No.
I want fire.
And the rigorous training to cast it? I didn't want to reveal my ignorance earlier, Lucanis, but is that an authentic Rossoletto in Viago's quarters?
He'll be thrilled you noticed.
I used to see an Orlesian woman, an art appraiser. She taught me a few things that summer.
Including why Orlais dips everything in gold.
They seem to reserve their opulence for the living in the south.
Emmrich, Viago said a painting you asked for came in.
Ah, thank you. Volgoth will be pleased.
That tall, faceless Mornwatcher?
They've quite a collection, especially landscapes. Volgoth is selective about who they show it to, but if you'd like me to inquire...
No thanks. But Viago might risk it. I notice you never say demon around me.
Watchers avoid the word. It begets unfortunate expectations.
With just a name?
Spirits are mirrors of our emotions, and we, the unconscious creators of their environments. But you've seen that firsthand.
There are so many worlds.
This one's enough.
What is following?
Ah, Spite noticed Manfred.
You're happy about that?
As examples of good behavior go.
It has hands.
That's not what he's getting. Trust me.
Again, I'm so sorry Manfred keeps wandering in while you're asleep, Lucanis.
I think he wonders about Spite.
Curiosity has feet.
We have enough feet already.
It has feet.
Spite, you've your own body. To share.
I'm right here, you know. You'd be surprised how often the crows visit Nevara, Emmrich.
Our nobility will have its contests.
And the deepest pockets in Thedas. You know how much it costs to put a contract on a king?
I'd rather not, if you please.
Have you thought about what I asked yet?
My dear Lucanis, I can't simply tell Navarra's nobility, please stop hiring crows to assassinate our king.
20 contracts. It's becoming a problem.
King Marcus is... spry. For his age.
Poisoned. 7 times.
And blessed with a robust constitution. Wonderful dinner last night, Lucanis.
Thank you.
But I can't persuade you to try pairing with something from the mark?
Can it beat an Antivan red?
You must let me bring you some.
I'll try it, just to see what the Watchers keep in their cellars.
More a tomb, but it shouldn't be hard to persuade the late Lord Vanderstern to spare one bottle.
Ah.
Where did you learn to cook, Lucanis?
I used to help the kitchen staff in the villa when I was a boy. It gave me something to do between lessons with Katarina.
So it's not a crow skill for hiding poisons in food?
It's good for that too. But I mostly just wanted to know how to make churros.
First Talon.
What?
Seeing if you've got the hang of your new title yet.
Right. Me. First Talon.
If you join the Wardens, you could become the first Warden who's also First Talon.
The first Talon Warden?
Or First Talon First Warden.
Is that the first Talon who is a Warden, or the first Talon First Warden?
So many possibilities.
Neve, that coffee in the kitchen, you made it?
Keen eye.
Did you boil it? If so, why?
I'm not picky. I got a cup and it does the job. That's all I ask.
I don't know where to go with this.
I don't even like coffee, and I'm afraid.
It's not entirely a liquid now.
It's an adventure.
Maybe that's how it's done in Minrathous.
Oh no. Give Lucanis credit. It's terrible.
You need a stronger word for terrible.
I think your coffee hurt his feelings.
Apologies to you and the beans.
That could only hurt me if I drank it. If you need more coffee, I'll make it.
Well now, is that sweet or trying to save me from myself?
Let's call it both.
No. I had to kill a man once who did blood magic on nugs. 100 little pigs with hands came after me. All together in one big writhing ball. Have you ever tried to stab a ball of angry nugs? That
was a bad job.
I've got a better one. You know what the Wandering Hills are named for? It's a monster. Big heap of red tentacles that crawls around, devouring everything in its path. The damn thing was a hillside, the size of a village. You try fighting a hill with a sword sometime.
How did you kill it?
Lamp oil. Everything stank of burnt tentacles for miles after.
It's good to see the two of you getting along.
Of course we're getting along. We're professionals.
We're talking business, Rook. Grab a seat.
If the two of you were going to open a bottle, you might have told me first.
It's not a good bottle.
Might have to pick up a supply. I have a feeling we'll need it.
I don't have to separate you two again, do I?
Of course not. We're professionals.
Very professional. Professionals.
Is anyone else hungry? Maybe I should cook something.
What about you, Rook? What's the worst job you've ever been on?
Nevin Harding didn't tell you about our hunt for Solus, then?
They don't tell it the way you would.
I mean, it ended with the Elven God of Lies in my head. Is that enough to win the worst job contest? I don't think they get worse than Weisshaupt.
No, Weisshaupt was a shit show. Bad jobs are a different beast.
Weisshaupt was a lot of beasts stuffed into a burning fortress. I feel like enough has gone wrong lately without adding more fuel to the fire.
Sometimes it's good to put things into perspective.
Especially if it's funny.
So, my suffering entertains you. Got it.
You joining us then?
Fine. I'll cook something, if Rook's staying.
Maybe just for a minute.
Rook's story first. Then Lucanis owes me one about this contract on a Bronto.
Mierda. That Bronto.
This smells amazing. Does all coffee smell like this? Or just the stuff you make?
Coffee has a distinct aroma, if that's what you're asking.
Sorry. It was really rare where I grew up. And expensive.
Try everything once, that's what I say.
I want to, but sometimes I just like having what I like.
Nothing wrong with that.
Is it really a good idea having another coffee addict round here?
It's not really addictive, is it?
Tell us, Lucanis. Is it really addictive?
You know I have my reasons for drinking it.
I don't need coffee to get going. Adrenaline's enough.
Speak for yourself.
So, Harding, what do you think?
It's... delicious.
You don't have to pretend to like it.
I mean, it's good. It's nice and... warm?
Rook's right. You don't have to pretend.
Really selling it, Harding.
Hey! I've known some liars, and I am definitely not it. And this stuff? It's good. It's... warm.
She hates it.
No, I don't hate it. It's really nice. Temperature.
I won't be upset if you don't like coffee.
He really wouldn't.
I know, but, sorry. It's just this thing I do sometimes.
Acting so people will like you?
It sounds terrible when you say it like that. I know I don't need to do it. I just do.
Well, everyone you know seems to like you, so you're good.
Good job, Lace.
Sounds really healthy when you put it that way. Yeah, but you shouldn't. Be yourself.
Guess I can't help it.
You must have been pretty tiny as a child.
Where'd that come from?
A tiny dwarven girl in a land of large human farmers.
Oh, yeah. I probably learned pretty quick that things worked out better if people liked me. If they agreed with me, or I agreed with them.
Some people like cream or sugar in their coffee.
Maybe coffee just isn't my thing.
What do you think Rook's like in person? Do you think they smell nice?
What is wrong with you? And have you forgotten which side you're on?
No. I mean, think about if we could turn them. Riding beside Rook, at the head of Tevinter's vast armies.
I could stab them for you, on the house.
Oh, great. Is it your turn to cook? What's all this gonna be?
Paella. Well, 2 of them. One without seafood for Emmrich. And a tarta de limon for dessert. It pairs well with tea.
Wait. Did you make dessert just for me?
There's enough for everyone.
As long as they don't mind having it with my favorite drink.
They won't complain.
You didn't have to do anything special for me.
Yes, I did. I still don't know how to apologize for everything. And you...
You made dessert. Just for me.
It's nothing. Or not enough.
It is. And you are. And I'll have you know, I'm very easily bribed.
I'll keep that in mind.
So, master assassin by day, pastry chef by night. That's a lot of hats to wear. No wonder you're so expensive.
Cooking is just a hobby. Sometimes it's good to do something that isn't work.
I won't say no to dessert.
Don't mention it. I just don't like to be idle. It's good to have something to keep myself busy that isn't work. Rook, thank you for giving me this contract.
Turns out you can smile. A real one, even. And more than once.
Of course I can. I'm guessing there's a point to your observations?
Only that Rook's good for you.
Straight to the point?
She's right, though.
See? Now, isn't that sweet?
So you and Rook are a thing?
Why?
You should pop out the wings while you're with him.
Really?
Maybe take him flying. Guys love flying.
You like flying. It's more of your thing about dragons.
Your call.
Want to? Fly like a dragon.
Do you think you could?
No.
He's courageous, and I do enjoy his stories. I didn't expect it, but Strife and I are getting along quite well. But where to go with him?
Does he like coffee or knives? Sorry, Emmrich. Rook might be better at this. How did it go?
Very well, thank you.
I knew Rook would give you good advice.
Actually, as it turns out, Strife does indeed collect knives. So your suggestion was excellent as well.
Really? That has never worked for me. I can give you the name of my blacksmith.
Lucanis, were you really spurned once for gifting someone a knife?
Not spurned so much as ignored. I just don't have Hilario's gift for flirting.
Well, we all approach things in our own way. Who was it, if I might ask? The recipient of your gift?
A crow from another house. It was a long time ago.
I'm surprised that the gift wasn't better received then.
You've met him. He's very particular.
I worry Strife and I don't have much in common. We come from such different places.
You're not that different. You both enjoy finding the strangest magical thing you can and poking it.
True, we share the thrill of discovery, but is that enough?
You actually like being around each other. That's already better than any of my cousin's romances.
Ilario didn't strike me as a romantic, no. What of your own relationships?
All one of them? I'll let you know. I don't know what he sees in me, but I'm happy around him. Did you need me? I'm yours. What did I do to deserve you?
But enough about me. Tell me about you and Lucanis.
What? Who? How?
Morrigan has eyes everywhere.
Of course she does. How are the knives coming?
Rook, this isn't going to work.
We're gonna make it work.
They moved the moon. We're in over our heads. That's not magic you can fight with a blade. You're putting your life in our hands. My hands. All I know is death.
I know we'll get through this.
Optimism is your best and worst quality.
And Taash knows dragons, and Emmrich knows the Fade. And I know I've chosen the man we need.
You do like to walk close to the edge.
This isn't the time to have second thoughts, Lucanis. No one else can do this.
You know I don't quit. If I have to kill every blighted creature in Thedas to keep you safe, I will.
You don't have to do everything alone.
I'm never alone anymore.
You know what I mean. I'll be here for you.
Don't make promises you might not keep.
Lucanis,
Don't. Whatever it takes, I won't miss this time.
2 blighted creatures will be enough.
The most dangerous too.
And when they're gone, the rest will be easy. You'll see.
What would I do without you?
Don't tempt fate.
I don't intend to. If all the gods have to die for you, it's a small price to pay.
One job at a time. We're risking enough already.
You should never gamble anything you cannot afford to lose.
Believe me, I know what's at stake.
Let's hope your luck doesn't run out.
I have you, don't I? Seems to be holding so far.
You do. I'll finish this. For you. I'll meet you at the Eluvian. You're cutting this awfully close, Rook.
Everything will be all right. I got you, don't I?
You do.
Lucanis, I've got you. Lucanis? Lucanis!
And so you have your victory. You live. Ghilanane does not. Are you not proud to finally reach this moment? Or did you think you'd win the day without some painful sacrifice?
Rook, are you all right?
We've still got work to do. I can collapse when this is over. You know, for the first time in a while, I really am. No. But I will be.
We can contact our allies, Rook. You should rest. After all you've been through. I'll come by your room soon to see how you're doing. I cannot believe we found you.
I'm a little surprised too, honestly.
I thought I'd never see you again.
I can't believe so much happened. I don't know how to feel.
I do. know exactly how to feel.
Just don't leave.
Never.
Oh, come on. We both know you couldn't get rid of me that easily.
Rook. You're impossible.
But in a good way? I didn't think I'd ever get out of there. How do I know if I really did? This could be more of the fate.
You're here. You're really here.
Promise.
I swear.
Are you falling asleep?
No, I never sleep.
It's all right if you do. Spite and I can play cards or something.
Don't say that. I haven't taught him wicked grace yet. I'm not afraid of him. I just don't want to waste time now that you're here.
You still have to sleep sometimes.
With you here, like this, I'd rather stay awake.
You won't miss anything. I'm not going anywhere. I promise.
I'll hold you to that.
Please do.
Rook, tomorrow...
Whatever happens, we'll take it on together. We can handle whatever comes next.
All I have to do is kill a god to keep you out of trouble. Easy.
Stay awake all night? However shall we pass the time?
Would you talk to me? Your voice is a comfort.
I'll tell you the tale of a charming rogue who stole the heart of a hapless hero.
Rook, tomorrow...
Hey, I came back last time and Solus stuck me in a prison for gods. I'll come back from this too. Not even gods can keep me away from you.
They cannot even try if I get to them first.
You'll collapse while we're fighting Elganon, and the others will never let you live it down.
You might have a point.
Get some rest. We're saving the world in the morning.
Rook, tomorrow...
Don't say it. We're ready. Nothing left to do but follow the plan and hope luck's on our side.
I'm not trusting luck. I'm using a knife in striking first. I thought I'd lost you, Rook. All I had left was the fight.
I'm here. For you.
Then that is all I need. Despite the cost, Gillenane is dead. We should still count it a victory.
I was worried you'd been caught in the backlash, or... You're okay?
I'm well, though that was no ordinary death blow. When you are ready to end this, Spite and I will be at your side.
So far, we've made it inside the city with minimal losses.
They did their job. Let's do ours. Our Lady of Victory. I doubt she feels victorious now.
This is for Zara.
She's dead. Get over it.
An uneven crow and a spirit of determination?
Spite.
The two of you were bound unwillingly. It is a crime against you both. I may be able to separate you safely.
Spite and I made our own deal.
And you hurt Rook. You lie.
A fair point.
Lucanis, everything all right?
We have made it here and fared well in the fight. Now we only have to wait. But Spite grows impatient. As do I. This may be the calm before a final storm, but I don't feel it.
If there's anything I can do...
Your presence has already helped.
I know it's hard, but this is our last chance to rest before we finish this.
You're right. The first Talon should have more patience.
I'm on edge myself, so I couldn't expect anyone here not to be.
Perhaps.
Fair enough. As long as you're focused when the time comes.
I will be.
It won't be much longer.
Elgernon's life is measured in hours. As for Solus, he used blood magic against you. He betrayed us. He pulled you into that prison. I leave his fate to you, but I will not let him hurt you.
Lucanis.
Whatever happens, my contract was for the blighted gods. Today it is fulfilled.
If I had never gone to the Crows, if I'd never found you, I'm just so grateful I did.
As am I. More than I've ever told you.
It's no small feat. How does it feel?
I'll know better when it's more than words.
After everything, it's about damn time.
And too late for too many. This time we cannot miss.
When I went to the Crows, I asked for their best. And we got him.
The demon of Virantium. I had a reputation to maintain. Rook, saying I owe you my life is not enough. You know my mind. I've assumed you know my heart because it beats for you. It's been beating. When I wanted you, when I was afraid to want you, tell me this ends with me asleep in your arms, and I will kill any god you ask.
Lucanis,
I love you, Rook, and I won't let you down.
I never did thank you for the wine glasses. Don't do that. It's bad luck.
Thanks? A bad luck?
Putting your affairs in order. The job's not done until it's done.
Throne room's just ahead. Everybody ready?
Absolutely.
I'll be at your side, through anything. Now let's finish this.
With Elgernon and Gillenane dead, and the Inquisitor finally reunited with her true love, it looked like one of the biggest stories this world had ever seen was finally drawing to a close.
The story of the Veilguard. A team of heroes who stood strong against evil. No matter the cost. But whenever one story ends, another begins.
An assassin and a demon setting aside the past for the sake of family. There are stories of love.
But those stories aren't over.